Hey, what's going on, Premiere Pro users? Back again with another exciting episode of the Premiere Brocast. I'm your host, Sean Schools. Thank you so much for joining me. We've been following Adobe at IBC very closely, and there's a lot of exciting stuff that's coming out of there. There's just a couple of specific things I want to call out that I think Premiere Pro users will find interesting. The first one is a live demo of the new features coming to Premiere Pro CC 2018, and this is with Jason Levine, Adobe's principal worldwide evangelist, and he hits on, like all the headliners, but there's a lot of really good smaller features that he covers as well. And as he points out in the video, all the features that they're introducing in the next version of Premiere Pro CC is to save editors time. And this allows editors to be more creative because they're not spending time on workflow. The Adobe Premiere Pro team has listened to a bunch of user feature requests, one of them being the close gaps. And in the next version of Premiere Pro CC, there's going to be a command that you can easily close all the gaps in the sequence. Another example of Adobe listening to Premiere Pro user feature requests is adding more labels. This is a feature that editors have wanted for a long time because it's critical to so many different types of workflows, and with only 8 of them, it wasn't enough. But now that there's going to be 16 label colors in the next version of Premiere Pro, I feel much more comfortable and confident in developing a more strategic workflow using label colors for my shots or scenes or whatnot. And again, this is just another small example, one of many, of how the Adobe Premiere Pro team really listens to the feedback and the feature requests from their user base. One other thing I want to call out in this live demo is a feature that hasn't gotten much publicity, and that's the ability to reset workspaces by double-clicking in the workspace bar. In the current version of Premiere Pro, if you want to reset a workspace, you have to click that hamburger menu next to the workspace and then choose reset to default layout. Point is, it was a couple clicks. And again, because the major theme of this next release is saving editors time, the Adobe Premiere Pro team has added the functionality where you can double click on the name of the workspace up in the workspace bar at the top of the interface. And then you get the pop-up, are you sure you want to reset to the default layout? And it just gets you to where you want to go faster. Another Adobe video that I want to talk about that's come out of IBC is one that features Karl Soule, and I can't remember his official Adobe job title, but as he points out in the beginning of the video, he has recently transferred over to the Hollywood team. And one of the interesting things about this team is that they make special commendations that allow Hollywood filmmakers and production houses to quickly enter and exit the Creative Cloud environment. A lot of us customers that use Creative Cloud, we use multiple apps and we use them in an integrated way, jumping from one to the other. And often this is because we wear so many hats, and the Creative Cloud environment helps me to switch those hats very easily. But Hollywood is still structured in kind of that old school way where there's still a large focus and emphasis on areas of specialty. You're still kind of expected to work in the area that you're specialized. So the Adobe Hollywood team, for lack of a better way of saying it, is able to customize the Creative Cloud applications in order to be a little more compartmentalized, where they can be kind of plugged into a much larger Hollywood workflow. And that's the focus of this video, Hollywood workflows featuring Premiere Pro. Another reason why I think this video is so interesting is when Adobe makes these claims that they really listen to their customer base, that they really look at user feature requests, you kind of in the back of your head start thinking, well, they have this special Hollywood team, and there's no way my feature requests are competing with the feature requests of A-list Hollywood filmmakers. And I'm going to tell you that is absolutely true. But here's why that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of skill and responsibility that's required to cut an A-list feature film. There has to be some humility in accepting the fact that those editors really have a solid grasp on very complicated editing workflows and what it means to make or edit a feature film. So with that in mind, when those editors have a feature request, Adobe has very good reason to think that our larger customer base is also going to benefit from that feature. So anytime the Adobe Hollywood team gives special attention to whatever David Fincher or the Coen brothers, this is a huge benefit to the rest of us, because Premiere Pro is only going to get better the more Adobe learns from A-list Hollywood editors. Apologies if that was a little too soapbox, and again, I don't mean to undermine the authority or skill or knowledge of any other editors out there who might be watching. It's just interesting, and I think beneficial that Adobe has this dedicated Hollywood team, because it's really a benefit to the rest of us.